Hello everybody and welcome back to the Foundry. It is I, Sly, accompanied by Ken and John, and today we are diving into a lovely new trailer react for the Ahsoka show. How you guys doing?
Ooh, I'm ready, dude. I'm ready to talk about this.
I'm very
Bet you
excited.
are.
I'm very excited. We've come a long way. When did season 2 of Mando come out? A bit ago, right?
Damn, like 2+ years ago.
Yeah.
We haven't seen live action Ahsoka in a bit.
Oh, wait, did we see her in some
No,
Book of
Book of Boba.
Yeah,
Book of
yeah,
Boba.
Book of Boba
True,
with
true.
fake
Yeah.
Luke. Fake Luke. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
She was in like a couple episodes, probably.
You're right. You're right.
Kind of more of a cameo than an actual appearance.
I cannot wait to see this. I've actually yet to see Rebels. I'm going to be going into this with just a lot of no expectations. Just really excited to see more live action Ahsoka. You know, I've seen the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
loved her in that, but really excited to see what this is going to dive into. It's going to actually force me to finally watch Rebels, which I really need to check out, and Bad Batch and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. True. I'm excited to see this as well.
Yeah. So let's dive into the trailer, boys.
Something's coming.
Egypt?
It's Black Adam.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh no. What's that?
Reminds me of Coco.
Hey yo.
A sense
That
That
was
was
kinda cool.
fucking cool.
Deleted scenes of Revenge of the Sith be like.
Ooh, why is that red? That's interesting. Hey yo, Rebels references? Rebels?
Sabine!
What the hell are those?
Reminds me of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Yo!
The Grievous spots.
Wow, there's a shit ton of Rebels in this.
Oh, the Star Wars show about
Is that-
rebellion.
Angsty teen with glow stick.
That was an
Never
interesting
seen this
lightsaber
before.
color.
I know, it was kind of orange.
Yeah.
things have changed.
They're probably gonna have like a lot of freedom with this show.
I started
yeah.
hearing whispers.
Oh shit! What?
Hey, nice.
Thrawn's
Is
return.
Uh-oh.
That's Thrawn.
There he
100%.
is.
Or Paula Giamatti from Big Fat Liar.
Heir to the Empire.
That's a reference to the books.
That is
Heir
a
to the
reference
Empire
to
is the Thrawn
Oh,
books.
hey, it's the Magistrate.
We have to prepare.
What?
Oh shit. Look, even the way she's holding it, they're going for the whole like Japanese samurai.
Yeah.
This looks badass, dude.
Hey, that's Ezra. Nice.
Who does that look like?
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
Dude, Hu Yang!
Yo.
Dude!
That looks sick.
Okay,
In August.
that's a cool Easter egg to have Hu Yang in the frickin' show, dude.
Damn.
Where my
You liking
Hu
it?
Yang fans at?
That was pretty fucking sick. That was, you could probably have a counter for how many like Easter eggs and references to the Star Wars stuff in that, right?
That was pretty
And-
loaded.
There's
I-
a large number.
Start breaking down some of this stuff for me, because I'm at all time like curiosity right now, because a lot of that stuff went over right over my head, boys.
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, there's a shit ton of Rebels in there. We got Sabine. She was the Mandalorian with the colorful hair. We had Hera with the freaking Twi'lek that was flying the ship. We had the
Chopper.
Chopper, the R2
You got
looking
Chopper,
droid.
dude. He's like second to R2 for like mass genocide.
Yeah, those people with lightsabers though, totally new. I've never seen
Definitely new. Definitely.
either of them. So I have no
The-
idea where that's from.
The guy
I'm
with the
not
orange
getting-
lightsaber, is he?
Yeah, and the
Is he
girl. I'm not getting Sith vibes. I'm getting more like Fallen Jedi kind of vibes.
Yeah, like they didn't seem totally Sith. I agree with you there. I don't know why, but like I don't get that vibe either. And
Unless,
it's
like-
kind of interesting.
Unless they just like decided to like change the hue of that lightsaber, it looked more orange than red.
Yeah,
And, like,
I
feel
Yeah.
like that's a dead giveaway. So it's like, okay, hold on, wait a second, what are you doing?
I
Yeah.
mean, they didn't go for the classic hood either. They had his face exposed quite a bit too, so
True.
maybe going for a little bit of gray area. I don't know yet. I don't know anything about this, so I'm not gonna claim that I do. So I'm relying on you two boys here.
There's that little fight scene between Ahsoka and the older guy, and a lot of the artwork is a direct reference to some of the stuff that happens in Rebels and what's called the World Between Worlds, right?
Oh,
sure.
right, yeah, no, you're
Um,
right, yeah.
So
I heard of
there's a whole bunch of stuff there that you'll find you watch Rebels, that I think that some of the background stuff in that fight scene is probably a reference to somehow. I'm not really sure because you don't really get too much of it, but I'm really excited to see what that all involves because like I said, the art for the show is very reminiscent of that whole thing. So like how that gets involved and how that all works out will be very, I don't know. I'm super excited to see what they're doing with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to probably do a lot of research personally to see what's happening, understand, even to fully appreciate like everything that's gonna be in live action form. But they look like this looks very like bigger budget, I would say, because it looks like they're pulling out a lot of stops and whatnot too, and not
True.
relying on a ton of like cameos from stuff either. When I say that, but like this looks very original in its own, respect too.
Yeah, I like it. I think
Agreed.
Dave Filoni is really he's doing a lot right now because like almost all the characters in this are like original Dave Filoni creations, I guess. 'Cause
Pretty much.
Ahsoka's Dave Filoni's, all of Rebels is Dave Filoni is essentially. So like he's like a bunch of these shows are like Dave Filoni's stuff recently, like all the Mandalorian, Ahsoka, like a bunch of this shit is like all of stuff that he's created essentially. So
While I have you guys here, should we talk about the other Star Wars announcements? The new Daisy Ridley project.
yeah, sure. I mean, if you want to extend this.
Good, but I'm
we
not
could mention
familiar
it.
with this at all.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
They announced her in a new project, right?
Yeah, Daisy Ridley's going to be the main focus on a new trilogy of movies about bringing back the
Jedi Order.
God damn.
So they are 100% continuing on the path of the sequels. They are not going to be undoing anything, apparently. They're going to be
Doubling down.
continuing with that. And, I mean, the movies could still be good. Like, I'll say that. Like, I'm hesitant as well because I heard Sly was like, oh, gee. Like, I agree with you.
Like, I've got nothing against Daisy Ridley. I have
No, not
everything
at all.
against the writing of the sequel trilogy.
Right. And so if they're planning a trilogy from the beginning, I have hope that it could still be decent. I don't know who's involved with it. I don't know if they announced that. So if it's like decent writers and Dave Filoni, maybe if he's involved at least, it could still be decent. Like as long as they don't like continue like with Rey being like a perfect, Jedi stuff.
Yeah.
Like and give her some like interesting character development, I'm totally down. But I am hesitant as well because I don't.
I mean, like even the Mandalorian episode where they had the sequel trilogy like stuff kind of forced into it. That writing
Hinting
was,
at the cloning and stuff.
yeah, the writing was
Yeah.
probably the worst in the entire season so far. So that's a good sign, right? That's gotta be a good sign. Yeah, I just thought maybe a good time to mention that in case there were going to be anyone out in there in the community who was curious. Your guys' thoughts on that, though. I've yet to even see Rise of the Skywalker, but I think the sequel trilogy is regarded as pretty awful, right? No one's a really big fan of that
It
stuff.
lacked like cohesive vision, and they focused mostly on just nostalgia. Which, don't get me wrong, like the prequel trilogy definitely threw a lot of nostalgia in there because it knew that would like resonate with audiences that like had seen the original one.
Yeah.
But the sequels banked way too much on that, and they thought that just pretty cinematography,
Making
lackluster
it feel
writing,
like Star Wars.
exactly, would be enough for it to be Star Wars. It was like a poor mimicry of what
Yeah.
Star Wars is.
Yep. No, I agree with that. And along, I guess, I mean, we were talking about announcements. I don't know if this one was official, but I also heard that Dave Filoni will be heading up an additional movie that will be the culmination of a bunch of these other like shows that have been going on, and his essentially the other stuff that he's created. Kind of like what I was saying before. Like it will be a culmination of Ahsoka.
Mando,
the
Boba.
Mandalorian, or not the Mandalorian.
Book of Boba?
Yeah, no, I guess the Mandalorian.
They're trying to set something in like that time period, was what you mean.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
like bring all these characters together that we've seen and just have a movie about it somehow. I would imagine it's probably related to Thrawn, because I assume that Ahsoka will probably get very close to finding Thrawn, and then it'll be like, oh, we found him, and then bam, here's a movie.
Some Star Wars Avengers type shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
something like that.
I had a question. Where will the Ahsoka show like be in the timeline for Star Wars? I guess
Present. Caught up
Present?
with Mando.
with Mando.
Caught up with
Yeah.
Mando. So I shouldn't say present. Not Rey's timeline. That's
Right.
technically.
So that's the
present.
first. That's the furthest like in the timeline, right?
Correct.
Is the Rey bullshit.
Yes.
And so
the
before
Rey
A Force Awakens is where we're at with Mandalorian, right?
Right.
Correct. We're at that
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
little interim period between the fall of the Empire and then the rise of the the First Order.
Yes, I believe so, right?
Yeah.
And
The
then
New Order, First
so
Order. one of them.
Rebels is like
Yeah.
after Rebels will hit post Empire as well. Then
Rebel, like the Star Wars Rebel show.
yeah.
That one is between 3 and 4
Okay.
because it is
Yeah.
right. It
Yeah.
is while
Yeah,
the
I don't
Empire.
think I don't
is
think
starting to
Rebels
grow.
finishes with the end of the Empire because I know Vader's alive and well during Rebels.
Yeah, yeah. that's
I'm
true,
well
yeah.
aware of that.
It's while the rebels are starting to form
Yeah.
is where that is. There's like a few bits like at the end where it's
Yeah.
like post Empire, where it's like spoiler alert, I guess. Like this scene where Ahsoka's talking to Sabine happens essentially in the end of Rebels, where they're just like, hey, this is where it ends. And they're just talking like, hey, let's go do this thing. And then that's where it ends. Like it's kind of a cliffhangery, like there's more stuff that could happen kind of an ending. And that's where the show is kind of picking up.
Cool.
At least from what I can tell.
I'm bummed we never had any scenes of Sabine in her actual armor. It's like she's hung it up.
True, I know. Right? You see, I think she had her helmet in one of them.
Yeah,
but
she's
like,
just
that was
looking
it.
at her helmet at one point, and it's like,
You
okay,
said
that's cool.
She's the
but-
Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
She's a Mandalorian. She, I don't remember her heritage. I think
Sabine
she
Wren?
was. Yeah. Like what clan she's from? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like got a lot of backstory with these characters that I got to hit. The Mandalorian, I got the alien in that one Mando episode we also reviewed earlier. Like there's a lot of
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah, he
I gotta
wasn't
hit
in
with
this
it.
at all, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes me very excited. Is there? I heard a thing that there was like some kind of weird time travel thing, and Rebels as
In
well. Is that
Rebels.
true?
Yeah, that's the world between worlds.
So that's the
there's
thing
some-
we're referencing as well.
Yeah, there's some weird time stuff that happens there.
How do you
Um,
guys feel about that?
I mean, I liked it at first because I was like, this is their way to reset the sequels. But they didn't use it that way. I'm not
They
really
never
sure
do.
where they're going to
They
go
never
with
do,
it.
Ken.
I'm not really sure where they're going to go with it because it's pretty critical to why this show exists, kind of, without like getting into the nitty gritty. But it was an interesting concept. I'm not really sure how it'll like impact the greater bits of Star Wars because besides Rebels and this, I've never seen any other mention of it ever. Like they've
Yeah.
never really done anything else with it.
To be honest, I hate time travel in just about every project or series ever because to me, I treat it as like this should be the remedy for something that's holding the story back, and instead it ends up becoming the malady. It becomes the reason why the story is held back.
Yeah, it can be very dangerous because it becomes like a crutch to some
Exactly.
degree.
Yep.
So you have to be really careful with
This
it.
thing's obsolete in some cases.
Yeah. So if they do all right, like story wise with it, like it could be fine, but they just have to be very sparing about how it's used or incorporated, or it has to be very intentional, I guess. So
Well, I'm pretty excited for this show. It makes me want to go out and watch Rebels pretty ASAP and whatnot. But yeah, I'm really excited. You guys looking forward to it?
oh yeah,
Awesome.
this one looks
Yeah,
like pretty
I
original.
am.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see all this new stuff. This looks like a whole bunch of new Star Wars stuff for me that I'm hopefully going to be interested in. Hopefully good writing, all the good stuff there. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like, leave some support for the Foundry. And we'll see you guys later on the next Star Wars video. But until then, bye guys.
Peace.